Hey people, in this series I'm sharing 30 incredible books that can truly change your life for the better. We've already explored 2 powerful parts in our previous videos. If you haven't seen those yet, make sure to check them out after this one. Today, we're diving into the 3rd part on our list, and trust me, it's a game changer. Welcome to Be the Glow. Let's check out the first book of the 3rd list, Man's Search for Meaning. If there is meaning in life at all, then there must be a meaning in suffering. Suffering is an ineradicable part of life, even as fate and death. Without suffering and death, human life cannot be complete. One of the key insights of the book is that even in the darkest of times, individuals still retain the power to choose their attitude and response to their circumstances. Frankl writes about the importance of finding meaning in suffering, suggesting that those who have a sense of purpose are better equipped to endure hardship and find hope. The book also talks about the importance of taking responsibility for one's own life and choices. While we may not always have control over external events, we can always choose how we respond to them. This idea of personal responsibility and agency is central to Frankl's philosophy. According to the author, the search for meaning is the primary motivation in human life. He believed that we can find meaning in 3 main ways: through our actions, by doing worthwhile work or deeds; through our experiences, by experiencing something valuable like love, beauty, or truth; through our attitudes, by choosing how we face unavoidable suffering. Viktor Frankl found that life has meaning, even in the worst circumstances. His message is one of hope. No matter what we face, we can always choose our attitude and find something to live for. In a world that often feels chaotic and cruel, Frankl's ideas offer a path to resilience, dignity, and purpose. The next book is The Giver. The worst part of holding the memories is not the pain, it's the loneliness of it. Memories need to be shared. The Giver is a story about a boy named Jonas, who lives in a society that seems perfect at first. In this community, there is no pain, fear, or conflict because everyone follows strict rules and everything is controlled. People don't even make their own choices. Their jobs, families, and even feelings are decided for them. When Jonas turns 12, he is chosen for a special role called the Receiver of Memory. The receiver is the person who holds all the past memories of the world before it became so controlled and bland. Jonas begins training with the current receiver, an old man he calls the Giver. The Giver is a loving challenge from Lowry. She's asking us, are you truly living or just existing safely? Have you traded too much for convenience? Can you see the colors others miss? Will you carry and share the full range of human memory? Most powerfully, when you see something in your world that lacks humanity, will you be the one to make a different choice? Her book, disguised as a simple tale, is actually a profound call to feel deeply, think critically, and act bravely. Next, we'll look at a different book, Never Finished. True growth and success come from a relentless commitment to self-improvement and personal development. We should never settle for complacency or become content with our achievements. Instead, we should constantly strive to push ourselves beyond our limits and continue growing, learning, and evolving as individuals. We can't rely on others to get us to where we need to be. This book talks about the importance of staying true to yourself and staying focused on your own goals and aspirations, regardless of what others may think or say. You cannot be afraid to disappoint people. You have to live the life you want to live. Sometimes, that means being the motherfucker who can put a middle finger up to everyone in the room and be totally comfortable with that. You'll always be limited in your ability to manage your experiences. In actuality, you'll come out on the short end most of the time. However, you do have influence over how you will react in that circumstance. You have the power to control your behavior in the wake of a bad encounter. You can choose to rise above your circumstances and make progress, or you can choose to stay in that hole of hopelessness and allow it to rule your life. With that book covered, let's move on to the next one, The 48 Laws of Power. is neither good nor evil. It's a game everyone's playing, whether they admit it or not. As he puts it, the main thing to understand is that entering the game and playing it well requires a certain mindset, one that runs counter to our everyday spirit of compromise. The 48 Laws of Power is a book that talks about how people can gain and maintain power in different situations. Each of the 48 laws in the book offers a different piece of advice on how to navigate power dynamics. Some of these laws include things like never outshine the master, which means you should never appear more competent or capable than the person in charge, and crush your enemy totally, which suggests that if you have a rival, you should eliminate them completely rather than leaving any chance for them to come back. The book discusses how certain traits or behaviors can either limit or empower individuals. If, for example, you are miserly by nature, you will never go beyond a certain limit. Only generous souls attain greatness. Greene's not just about short-term wins. Plan all the way to the end. In chess, amateurs play one move at a time. Masters see 10 moves ahead. Same in life. Don't just launch a podcast. Map out 3 years. Brand extensions, sponsor tiers, maybe a tour. Don't just start a movement, envision its cultural roots a decade out. As Greene puts it, the ending is everything. Plan all the way to it, taking into account all the possible consequences, obstacles, and twists of fortune. And here is where we get to the last book on this list. Ego is the Enemy. You cannot be successful until you are desperate to be successful. It is the urge to do something important that implies the rate of decline is sometimes slower. To perform at a higher level, you will have to be successful or aspiring. Ego is the Enemy is inspired by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus's teachings that pride is the downfall of the successful. The book draws upon a variety of stories on individuals who reveal how humility and admission are both hallmarks of strength and strategy. This book is full with non-famous stories, many of which contain the best individuals and stories from whom we may learn the most. Many of the individuals who truly changed the world are left in the background. A crucial aspect of producing quality work is completing the task repeatedly without seeking praise or recognition. Your potential, the absolute best you're capable of, that's the metric to measure yourself against. Your standards are, winning is not enough. People can get lucky and win. People can be assholes and win. Anyone can win. But not everyone is the best possible version of themselves. Next time, we'll look at our fourth part. Any guesses what it might be? Leave your ideas in the comments, and if you've read one of these books, share how it helped you. Your story could inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports the channel. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. You don't want to miss the rest of this series or any of my other content. See ya.